Hi, this is Ken Parmalee, Director of Applications for Antenna Software. Today we want to talk to you about tablets and applications and how we address those, both from a mobile perspective and from a business perspective. One of the challenges of tablets is that today, as they're being heavily adopted, the strategy around how you're going to address those devices has not been well thought out by many companies. The adoption rate of these devices, though, is exploding. By 2013, there's a published statistic that 78% of all enterprises will heavily adopt and deploy these devices. That means for anyone who does not have a mobile strategy today for these devices, that you really need to be considering quite a few things, including how technologically you want to address these devices. We have a lot of companies who are coming to us in traditional industries that are looking at this device as a way to really publish new forms of information and address their clients in ways that they have never done before. One interesting example of this is the manufacturing industry, where we're doing everything from mobile catalogs to production of brand information. These types of applications are very exciting. They bring a new experience and a new capability to these industries that they have not had before. One of the challenges of these devices, however, is that there are so many different form factors. 10-inch, 7-inch, 5-inch screens. Every one of them provides a different kind of experience, and all of them need to be optimized to give the right look and feel and the right kind of application that you want for your users to have a great experience. So with those form factors, the other challenge is that you don't want to build those one-off applications. You want to be able to address the needs of the business and the needs of your clients, but not build an application that in a year or two no longer has any feasible capabilities. So with those challenges, Antenna has brought to market sets of applications. We've done quite a few interesting apps for our clients, and I'm going to go through a few of those with you today. So the first application we're going to cover is the research application. This is commonly used in financial services industry, but there are others as well that this is catching on with. And the reason this particular application is much more valuable today than it was in times past is there were many kind of BI applications for smartphones, but as most people are aware, the limitations up till recently of smartphones didn't allow for display of a lot of information, as well as complex stuff, larger documents, videos, and things of that nature that really brought to life a full set of experiences around the data that's needed to give a real full-featured application. In this particular app, we have all kinds of things from the latest economic information, PDFs that we can open, as well as stock videos and things of what's going on right now in individual markets. So one of the biggest changes that tablets have made in terms of value of applications is not just the screen real estate, but really the ability to also create and use quite a bit of content. In times past, obviously, this was a limitation with devices like smartphones, where you just really don't have either the memory or the screen real estate to show very complex sets of data. So in this case, we're looking at a research application focused on the financial services industry. And if you go through, what you'll note here is that I've got all of this data packed in. Every one of these particular areas has sub-content and tabs to get to other content. The apps are designed specifically to give those views very quickly, but allow you to dig deeper and get into more content as you wish. This is also one big requirement of these type of applications also is multimedia experience. So here we've got a research video. I want to pop this up full screen and see what the recommendations are.
To take credit risk, high yield bonds.
So this is an interesting application for many reasons. It also includes quite a few PDFs and different things. It's a real differentiator for the financial services industry, and we're seeing a lot of uptake of the same type of application in quite a few other industries. It's rich, it provides for all kinds of capabilities. This application is a catalog application, and in many industries, but particularly in manufacturing, we are finding that there are a lot of clients
who have dealt for years with carrying hand catalogs around and publishing them to their distributors as well. And this makes for lots of difficulty. One of the main things is that as soon as you publish that catalog, there are new things coming out, new specs. And so not just the expense of that publishing, but the pain of having people carry that around constantly is really one of the drivers behind this. So in this particular application, I can go into a product line, I can select the information, gives me a whole set of things related to that. I can go in and get additional detail, see specs on this particular part. I can also go into the different literature around some of these products. So I'm going to select a set of products here as well, and you'll see that this pulls up the PDFs. I can email these PDFs, but I can also from right here from this interface bring up the PDF and get all kinds of information about that particular part. Now the thing that's really exciting about these applications, again, goes back to there's a real need for volume in these apps. Obviously with all the PDFs and the videos and a variety of things, I need to be able to carry a lot of data with me. And that's one thing that is enabled by the tablet form factor, and a well-designed application such as this provides for the ability to get at that information very easily and really provide for some unique advantages as well. So here, what we're going to do is look at some part information, and what we'll see when we pull this up is that there's a need in the field also to give these users a understanding of what the part is many times. And so we're going to select the part, and what this essentially does for me is brings up a 3D view of that particular part. I can move it around, I can expand it and contract it, I can flip it, I can rotate it entirely and look inside if I wish. And these kinds of things, seem kind of interesting, but not necessarily very powerful. But when you are the field rep and you're trying to actually explain a part or how it fits or make sure that it works for a client, this is tremendously powerful. Another very valuable part of this application. This application is more of a B2E type app. My users in this case are sales users, and in this particular case, this is AMP Pharma, which is a pharmaceutical focused application. So these are sales reps on the road for pharma companies who are needing at their fingertips a lot of information related to their accounts and contacts and those types of things. So on this main screen, you'll note I've got a bunch of product information that I can dig down in. I've also got a set of documents that I can provide directly from my device to a doctor or to a nurse or someone that I'm talking to. This is very valuable because it actually provides for versioning, time and date stamp for when something was sent, so that I know what version of a document was sent. This is really one of those regulatory things for the pharmaceutical industry that makes the apps of high value. If I jump into some of these sections, you can see I can jump into accounts. I have a listing of my accounts. I can select one, go in and get additional detail. And as I dig down, I've got quite a bit of specific information about that particular client. I can go to the related objects if there are any, and dig through those.
So I hope these applications helped you kind of get a feel for the types of rich applications that Antenna can provide for you on these devices. One of the things that you really need to keep in mind is that in your strategy, you have to think about the application not just in the context of these devices today, but how you're going to handle the new devices that come out tomorrow and the various different capabilities that they can bring to bear as well. With the Antenna mobile platform, we can address all of these different devices and those that are coming, and give you that rich experience, that optimized experience that you want for your clients and your enterprise users. Thank you very much. This is Ken Parmalee from Antenna Software.